Alright, hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Princess Connect redive video, and today we're taking a look at a showcase of a character that I've been wanting to do for quite some time since she got the unique equipment. That's gonna be the character you see on screen right now, the famous cat girl, Karyl. Everyone's super cat girl. So this is going to be the normal Karyl version, so the one that you get from a 1-star and you level up to 5 stars. I do have her completely maxed out at level 118, which is current max cap as of recording this video. We're going to get all of her skills up just like that. She does have an equipment maxed out as well at level 130, so this is going to be giving her a lot of extra magic attack, making her hit harder, and giving her some extra magic crit rate. So let's take a look at the unique equipment that she will be getting. It's going to be called the Chaos Grimoire. Now, this unique equipment actually does something special. It's going to be changing up her Lightning Sphere ability, which is one of her worst abilities, because all it really did before pre-unique equipment, all that really was damage. That pretty much was it. All she did was damage. So now that they're going to be going out of the way to buff it, as well as give her some slight buffs to her magic attack, actually it's a pretty massive buff. 701 magic attack is really big. For example, if we're going to go ahead and compare this to another character, if you compare that to Ray, who I think Ray was definitely in a much worse spot than Karyl was before the unique equipment. And Ray, with the equipment, she gets somewhere, I think, what is it, 708. So she gets 708 physical attack, as well as 820 HP at a full level 130 maxed out, right? And I've already showcased Ray with her equipment. If you want to check that out, it is on my Princess Connect 3 die playlist. Go ahead, or literally just look up Ray unique equipment showcase. I'm probably the #1 video there. But as you can tell, she does get a massive power buff, which I feel like she definitely did need. Magic crit rate buff as well is also very nice. So now that we've got that out of the way, the main part of unique equipment, besides the stat buffs that you get, the massive stat buffs, massive magic attack, the massive magic crit that you're gonna be getting for just more damage overall, the main draw is going to be the enhanced skill feature, which is going to be buffing a specific skill as well as the EX skill to give them more either magic attack, HP, whatever their specialty is, right? So now let's take a look at the enhanced skill for the Lightning Sphere ability, which is going to be her enhanced skill for unique equipment. So now it is going to be the Lightning Sphere Plus, which is going to do moderate magic damage to an enemy directly in front and a small magic damage to enemies around it. Now, just reading that first sentence, you're thinking to yourself, okay, that's not that bad. What it did before, I think, was literally just did 12,000 magic damage to the enemy directly in front, and I think that's literally the only thing that this ability did. Now, it's going to be doing small magic damage to enemies in an AoE around it, around the target, so that's honestly really good. It gives you a little bit of a more an AoE effect, making her a little bit more decent for PvP arena mode. It won't be a lot of damage, right? It's not like an insane amount of damage, but it's still a chunk of damage that you can take off of enemies' health in AoE, which is really cool. Now, that's not the only good thing that this part does. First sentence, you're thinking, it's not that bad. It just gives her a little bit of an extra damage buff. But this is what makes it really good, because now she's going to be lowering magic defense of all targets by a small amount. So it's an entire all target magic defense lower. Now, it is a small lower. It's a very small amount. It's only the range of 17. It's a 17 magic defense shred. Now, it's not a massive number, but the good thing about this ability here is even though it only lowers magic defense of all enemies by 17, it's still a lowering of defense, and I feel like genuinely lowering defense is one of the best abilities in the entire game for almost any game mode. And I feel like lowering defense of whatever typing the character is, for example, a magic character like Karyl, lowering magic defense, or a physical character like Christina, who lowers magic defense, her being able to lower magic defense of all enemies in range by 17 is going to make her absolutely ridiculous. She's also going to work very well with characters like Hatsune now, since she's going to be lowering every single character with magic defense. So now that she can work with other characters like Hatsune, even Anna now better, because of this Lightning Sphere Plus ability, which will be very cool. And yeah, so I feel like this is genuinely really good, because now she's going to be doing extra magic defense lowering. And the one good thing about this Karyl, and the reason why I feel like she was honestly not that bad before unique equipment, at a 5-star level, I feel like she was actually not that bad, because she has the reduced armor ability down here. Now, this ability still, I feel like, is very powerful. Not only is she going to be shredding magic defense, she's also shredding physical defense. Now, obviously, shredding physical defense isn't really important, like, at all, almost any single way, shape, or form, because most of the time, I'm going to be using her on a strictly magical team, and especially if you use her in clan battle, usually you will have a front-face taking Ilia. You're not really helping the physical defense aspect of it, but still, she is lowering magic defense of the enemy directly in front by 48, and now she's going to be technically getting another 17 on top of that with the Lightning Sphere Plus ability. And 48 plus 17, you know what that equals? That's going to be equaling 65 total shred of magic defense. So she will be shredding magic defense by 65. That is really, really good. So it makes her a much, much better character to be using in clan battle. She has been used a lot on my clan battle teams. I know almost every single magic team that I have ran, I have used Karyl on it, and it really makes her reduce armor and the lightning sphere. It kind of flows better, and it makes her a much better character to kind of flow with. She isn't, I wouldn't say she is the Makoto of magical. I definitely feel like Makoto is in her own league of shredding defense. And obviously, as you can tell, if I'm going to go ahead and give up my Makoto to level 118, the physical defense shred that Makoto does is bonkers. I mean, you got 108 plus 96 there. That's well over 200 total defensive shred. And you only have basically Karyl doing a fourth of that for magic. But magic is so damn powerful, and you have so many shredders on that team. Not only will have Karyl be doing some shredding, you also have Summer Karyl, who's also providing shredding, who is almost a perfect partner to be used, and she's pretty much ran on every single magic team. And all this shredding will be stacking, and of course you got Akari as well, who's also providing magic defense shredding. So it'll be stacking a lot more rapidly, and then Karyl giving that extra little 17 on top of that will just give your team an all-around big damage increase, on top of her also getting a big damage increase with extra crit rate and extra magic attack. So now that we talked about the new Karyl's unique equipment, let's go ahead and showcase her in some dungeon, because I feel like against the boss, she will be doing really, really well. Alright, so we finally made it to the Chimera boss. It took me not so long, because now the enemies in dungeon, besides the Chimera boss himself, the enemies are like level 60 and 70 and stuff, and I think the highest I've ever seen was like 80s across the board. So we're going to be, of course, taking a magical team against this, of course, with Masato. I think we should bring Akari, but well, do I bring Akari or do I bring Kyoka? Actually, I think I'm going to opt for Kyoka instead, because I feel like Kyoka will be doing a lot of massive damage onto the enemies. So let's go ahead and start with a Yukari face tank, who's going to be providing us with that magic defense shield, which will be taking the poison off of us. So I'm going to go ahead and 3x here, just to move through really quickly, just get the defensive shreds in. And now I'm going to go into auto mode, let us do some damage here. Karyl is going to be doing a nice 11,000. If you notice throughout this entire thing, Karyl is going to be doing 11,000 consistently with her universe. Now, obviously, 11,000 isn't the biggest, prettiest number on the block, right? You're gonna look at 11,000, go, that's it. But you're forgetting she's also providing the team with a lot of shredding. There's the Lightning Sphere Plus ability right there, which will be providing the defensive shred as well as doing very good damage as well. So that is very, very nice. On top of her shredding and helping the team out defensively, because currently right now we're only running 2 shreds. We have the Summer Kiaro as well as the normal Kiaro, who are providing us with the defensive shred. So we only have 2 defensive shreds on the team. And this is usually a team that I would not recommend running for maximum damage. For maximum damage, I would probably go something like Pekarine, and then maybe instead of Masato, you want to opt for someone like Akari. But unfortunately, right now, this boss still to this day hits way, way too hard to kind of leave him as a front-facing character. But Yukari, thankfully, Yukari has a ton of physical defense, so she's able to perfectly take this damage just fine. Now, the only still one flaw and one problem that I still have with this normal Kiaro is her defenses still to this day are not very good. But don't get me wrong, there are definitely much worse characters out there with much worse defenses than Kiaro. But there we go. We actually ended up living the boss's universe, and we still left with time on the clock, and the team is still alive, which is kind of funny. We kind of cheesed our way through it, but look at the damage that we did. Now, Kiaro obviously doing not as much damage as a 5-star Summer Kiaro, who's absolutely insane, probably one of the best characters in the game. Probably, I still say she's top like 3 easy. And then we have the Kyoka broken magic DPS. We all know how good Kyoka is at 5 stars. And then normal Kiaro, even though she is mostly going to be a debuffer character, now that she got buffed with the extra magic attack plus the extra crit rate, I didn't see many crits. I don't think we crit with a single universe from the normal Kiaro there. But that doesn't really matter because she's going to be getting extra damage on crits from her normal attacks as well as the Lightning Sphere Plus ability, and any really extra damage that she will be providing to the enemy. She now has a higher chance to crit thanks to her unique equipment. But as you can see, I mean, her doing 277,000, I genuinely feel like that's really, really good, considering Summer Kiaro and Kyoka are 2 of the top DPSs in the entire game for Magic. And her doing over a little bit over half of what the Kyoka is doing as a debuffer, really only purpose as a debuffer to the team, and as well as providing a little bit of damage. I genuinely feel like she is a absolutely crazy good character now that she's got her unique equipment. I feel like I wouldn't say she is insanely broken, busted, crazy, but she definitely is really, really good now. She was good before, right? This ability was still really valuable before. But now that she's got this with the extra attack damage, and as you can see, she's doing well over 270k plus on a dungeon run. I'm very impressed. So let me know what you guys think of the brand new equipment on normal Karyl. Do you think normal Karyl is now one of the better characters in the entire game? Please let me know. Thank you ever for watching. Hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, everyone.